Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Welcome to week 8 of virtual learning. I can't believe it's week 8 and we have 8 more weeks left of school. So, for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be going over multiplying binomials together. So, of course, our topic of today is multiplying binomials. Our learning target today, I can multiply two binomials together by using the box method. We're going to get into that very soon. But first, I want to remind you guys of something called the laws of exponent. This is the first thing we learned in 8th grade. Second week of school in September. First thing I taught you guys, oh my gosh, I'm about to cry. So what we need to know in terms of the laws of exponents that is important for our lesson today is the product rule. And if we can recall, the product rule is when we're multiplying two terms that have the same base together. And when we're multiplying these two terms together, our base stays the same and we just simply add the exponent. This is extremely important for you guys to remember. I'm sure you guys know how to multiply two variables together anyway, but I just wanted you guys to remember that. So, starting with our first problem, find the polynomial that is equivalent to the expression x plus 3 times x. This is supposed to be a plus 5. X plus 3 times x plus 5. So, remember again in the learning target, I said I'm teaching you the box method first. So, to do that, we have to take a big box, and inside of the box, we draw a T. So on top of the box, we're going to take this first polynomial, x plus 3, and we're going to write an x, and then we're going to write a 3 on top of the right box. We're going to write our first term, x, on top of the left box, and then our second term, 3, on top of the right box. We do not have to write the plus sign. And then on the left side, we're going to write the first term. Let me change the color. Hold on. We're going to write the first term x in our second polynomial, and then the second term 5 on the bottom row. The first term x goes in the top row, and the second term 5 goes in the bottom row. Let me tell you guys a little quick story. So when I was in 4th grade, it was math night. And I remember my teacher asked me to teach all the parents and all the kids how to multiply two-digit numbers together using the box method. And I remember all the parents were so amazed because they learned like the old school, like back in the days in the 60s and 70s. I don't know when they were born. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is I just find it crazy that I taught this method to parents when I was like really, really, really young, younger than you guys. And now here I am teaching you guys how to multiply two binomials together using the same method. So it's crazy because my life just came in full circle. Just had to tell y'all that. All right, back to the problem. So in the first box, the way we're filling up these boxes is we're going to multiply the terms that are outside the boxes together, and it goes inside the box. For example, this top left box here, it will be filled in with the product of this x and this x because they're outside of those boxes. So x times x gives me x squared. We know this because when we multiplying two numbers that have like bases, we always add the exponents together. So this is x to the higher power 1. This is x to the higher power 1. When you multiply it together, our base stays the same, and we add our exponents, which is the same thing as x to the higher power 2. Now we're still on the top row. I want to fill in this top right box. I do that by multiplying the 3 and this x together because they are both outside of the box, if that makes sense. 3 times x gives you 3x. Now onto this bottom left box. We're in the bottom row now. I fill this in with the product of this top x and this bottom 5. 5 times x gives me positive 5x. And last but not least, I need a new color. It's whatever. this bottom right box down here, it is filled in with the product of 3 and 5. 3 times 5 gives me positive 15. Now all we have to do is take all of the terms inside of these 4 boxes and add them together. So in the top left box, I have an x squared. Top right box, I have a 3x. Bottom left box, I have a 5x. And the bottom right box, I have a 15. I am not done yet because I see that I have like terms. So my polynomial is not completely simplified. So all we have to do is combine these like terms. 3x and 5x are like terms because they are linear terms. So I bring down my x squared. 3x plus 5x gives me positive 8x. And then I bring down my positive 15. I see I have no more like terms, so I am completely done. So, oops. The answer to my problem is the polynomial that is equivalent to the expression x plus 3 times x plus 5 is the polynomial x squared plus 8x plus 15. Now, I know that is a lot, so I'm going to do another problem. If you understand it, you can go on to problem 3 and begin your classwork immediately. If not, follow along with what I do. So problem number 2 says solve the expression below. We have the expression x plus 4 times x plus 6. Again, we're going to draw a... Oh my gosh, hold on. This is not okay. I'm not going to shoot this video for the 100th time. So again, we're going to take... Oh my gosh, I can only imagine the comments I'm going to get from this. So, before I was really interrupted by my hands moving everything, we're going to take a big box. And then we're going to draw a T inside of the box so that I have 4 boxes. On the top of my left top box, that sounds terrible. On the top, on the left side, I write an X from the first term in my first binomial. On the top right hand side, I'm going to write a positive 4 from the second term in my first binomial. The top always represents your first binomial. Then on the left side, I'm going to write an X to represent the first term in my second binomial. The left side always represents the second binomial. And on the bottom, I am going to write a positive 6. So, to fill in the boxes, we're going to use the products of the 2 numbers that are outside of the box. So, in this top left box right here, I look up, I see I have an X, and then I look to my left and I see I have an X. So inside of the box will be the product of X times X. Again, according to the product rule, X times X is X squared. And then on the top right box, because I'm still on my first row, I'm going to multiply this positive 4 because it's on top of that box, and this X over here because it's to the left of that box. 4 times X gives me positive 4X. Then I'm on this bottom left box right here. I see I have a positive X up here, and then I see I have a 6 to the left. 6 times X gives me positive 6X. And last but not least, this last box right here, we fill it in with the product of 4 and 6 because it is the numbers outside of this box directly. 6 times 4 gives me 24. So I take every single term inside of these boxes and I add them together. So I see I have an X squared, I have a 4X, I have a 6X, and I have a 24. I am not done because I have like terms. I always combine my like terms before writing out my polynomial. We want our polynomials to always be as simplified as possible. So I see I have a 4x and a 6x. These are like terms because they're both linear terms. I bring down my x squared. 4x plus 6x gives me positive 10x. And then I bring down my plus 24. And this is my final polynomial because I see it is as simplified as possible and I do not have any like terms. So x plus 4 times x plus 6 is the polynomial x squared plus 10x plus 24. Here's your problem 3 of the day. Take a screenshot, jot it down. You know what to do. Answer it inside of your work for today. Have a great day, guys.